agenda for today. So the first topic we had is there was from Google an email that they changed their pricing. It's regarding for load balancers that are in certain regions like Doha, Daman, Jakarta, where they want to increase the pricing as well for CDN. And we also did a small research. What is CDN? Not sure if you are familiar with that. We dig not deeply into that, but it's somehow performance optimization. It's the content delivery network that they have, and you can configure your load balancers using CDN. And then on CDN, when you have done requests, there's content locally cached, and for subsequent requests, this has then a better performance to end users now. We don't use it in our community, so you have actively to activate this for your load balancers, and you have to set their flag to use the CDN, which is not the case on our side. The other part is about our load balancers. We have TCP load balancers and HTTP load balancers in the community, and we also did here a quick check. So at least for the TCP load balancers, they are all in Europe West 3. So this is not one of the 3 affected regions. But we also have HTTP load balancers, and there is no region maintained. They are globally available. There, I think Dima did the check and was not completely 100% sure if this is affected one of this region with increased costs. Yeah, maybe somebody of you, or do you have experience, Dave or Stefan, with that?
It looks like the backend instance groups are regionalized, so I think we're okay.
Exactly. This is what we checked, the backends, and they are also in Euroverse 3. So
Right.
I think then we should be okay. This is at least what we did. And yeah, let's see. As this was also our assumption. Then I think we are good to go. Not affected with this information from Google. Then the next thing was migrate all credentials to GCP secret managers. Which credentials are affected? We still have the Gmail accounts. We have AWS root account, and some other Concurs and GitHub credentials there. And this is currently stored in the vault locally at SAP, still in the team from Jochen and Stefan. And we wanted to bring this all to the community. And the idea is here that we also move this credentials to the GCP secret manager, so that we have it completely in the community. This is something which at least Jochen mentioned, also done in the ARI working group. So as it's community work, I think it's a good idea to do this, and not have it locally somewhere in the company. Any feedback or concerns about this? We will, as it's just that we want to do this, plan this, and we will give them in one of the next calls an update. We discuss it exactly where we put it, the credentials, not that everybody knows it. Good. Then most of you know that there is a cost initiative started, the foundation to reduce the costs that affects all the working groups, and one improvement were done already by Jochen with one of the pull requests, to reduce here a little bit the load, so that it consumes less resources. He switched the CF deployment YAML file, the plan to daily, so that it's not on every change, but in a bunch, then just validated. Oops.
Yes, I think that makes a lot of sense. It will make it slightly harder to debug failures, but we don't get that many changes every day on average, so there won't be too many things included in it, I don't think.
Yeah, the frequency is not so high. I think we can at least give it a try now and gain some experience. And,
the only downside is it does mean it's going to run every day whether a change was received or not. So I don't know whether we want to have a job at the beginning. There's not really much you can do because either it goes red, which is not ideal, or it goes green and it's going to run anyway. I was going to suggest a job that diff developed to release candidate and made it so that it only actually ran if there were changes, but Conquest doesn't have a good mechanism for staying green and saying, yeah, there's no problem, but I'm not going to do anything. So, yeah, maybe there's not much we can do there. We just have to accept that it's going to run. Okay, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what this does to the cost, and we'll see what this does to our ability to debug issues and weigh the two up.
Yeah. I also think let's give it a try, and we can see then how it evolves for the next days. Weeks, and we even can turn it back now if it's problematic. This was just a quick fix or quick change. Low-hanging fruit, a try. I think there are other parts. And there's something else. Don't know, Dave, if you know it. There are those tickets. So each of the working group gets these tickets. There were some pre-analysis done where some proposals for improvements are there. I think, Stephan, you already looked into this and it was not quite clear. And you also have, I think, some doubts that the report has some really useful things.
The basic idea is check your costs or look into your GCP account, whether there are dangling resources that can really be removed. But this ternary report where this comes from, they are, well, of limited value because a lot of, when they say orphaned resources, often they are they come from short-lived environments where the VMs are already gone. So it, right sizing, well, you could check, but if you use the standard VM configuration for CF deployments, then you should have already small VMs. So
the zombie resources are a bit more interesting. I don't know whether those are orphaned VMs or what's going on there.
I think this is what we have to figure out. If you see here the resource prefixes.
Yeah, check those VMs whether they are still there. If they are deleted, then it's was just due to a deletion was in progress or something. And unattached storage, of course, that's a good candidate. Maybe it was also during deletion, but sometimes failed deletions lead to such often.
Yes, I think that's the biggest thing that I'm used to seeing are just disks that exist but aren't attached to any to a VM, and possibly allocated IP addresses that aren't being used. Those are the two areas that I normally check.
Then maybe the two VMs where the estimated monthly savings is pretty high, but it can be that these are the Diego cells and they need to have a certain size just for running cuts. So it could be not, And there is one activity that at least we will do for the copy pipelines. We will move our bubble environments from European regions into US East region because they are considerably cheaper.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
25%, or I think Jochen run some cost estimator that suggested even 50%. Okay, let's see what comes out. But even 20% is worth the effort, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's a simple thing to do, right? It's just a change in the bubble environment.
Yes.
And there's one thing that we noticed, it is pretty hard to, if you look at the GCP account, to understand what is going on, because at least in Kapi, the VMs are not properly tagged, so you don't know which VM belongs to which environment. And Behan added a comment to one of the, I think, the FI cost reduction issue about an ops file that can be added to the deployment, and that would then convince Bosch to tag all the VMs with the environment name. So that's something we will at least try out. Yeah.
Yes, I normally rely on the deployment name, but I think it's always
the same.
CF. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's so. Then you have
Right.
CF, router, and
right.
Yeah.
And
we have the problem that multiple areas, so autoscaler, for instance, separate projects, they are also deploying to this GCP region, and then you don't know who is causing which cost.
Right.
That's not the case for you, because they are all CF deployment. Yeah. I think you don't have long-running environments, right? They are all short-lived.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest
cost
hog in our
in the other working group. Yeah, this is at least what Jochen also mentioned. Dave, maybe you have something in mind or in addition. But just searching here for the ID or the resource in the account, GCP account, is not sufficient to find the resource. Or this is what you mentioned, Stephan, that Bosch has to apply this ops file to do here better tagging, right?
Yeah. So that you can then search and see if something leaks over. And
I think this table is then a quick list, quick win list, to step through. Maybe delete an unnecessary resources. Dave, if we still have not started, many of the people are currently on vacation on our side. If you have some ideas for cost reductions, just let us know. Maybe paste it into the Slack of the working group. So
I can definitely take a look. There are a number, maybe a dozen disks that look like they are not attached to anything that we could probably clean up. But I'll take a look and see. We went through a similar exercise when we were acquired by Broadcom, so I'm familiar with going through this process. So I can take a look and see what we're what we can clean up and go from there.
Yeah, that would be great. If it makes sense that maybe you and someone of our team go together, maybe is also an option. I have planned it in starting in 2 weeks now, because we are in this upcoming sprint in the next 2 weeks, very rare with our resources.
Okay. But yeah, it sounds like the biggest thing might be switching region, which would be just changing the bubble configuration and then recreating everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that would also be a good time while, after we've shut everything down, we can then do a scan and see, okay, what's left, because whatever's left at that point, we know is not being used by anything.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
That's right. And process-wise, there's this cost optimization guide. I think the team should contribute to there now to collect all the ideas centrally, over the different kind of working groups, and we also can get some inspirations from the others. Maybe I add this link then later on also to the agenda. It's accessible for everybody quickly. Good. This was the topic regarding cost reduction, and Then there was an issue with Bosch Lights was shut down, and there was a suggestion. This was already fixed.
Yeah, this was the failure, I think.
This was the failure, but it's meanwhile green because.
Yeah, I went ahead and merged this to unblock us in the short term. We can, if we come up with a better solution, we can always switch to it. But I figured this was a good stopgap.
Yeah, exactly. This was here the quick fix, no, what was done to get it running again. And yeah, already merged. Okay. Yeah, that's basically what we have from our side. Maybe is there something from your side in addition, Dave? Or...
No, I mean, I've been mainly focused on component bumps, dependabot PRs, that sort of thing, just making sure that everything is staying up to date. I think everything looks good there. I haven't seen any problems, so I'll keep doing that, but no, I don't have anything else.
Yeah, that's good that you have also an eye on that and help and support here. Our team is also looking on the dependabot PRs now, so if we see something, we also try to merge this now, so we can.
I find it's a good way to just get introduced to different parts of the code and you know be exposed to that. So that's good. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, then we are through for today, and yeah, can close the call. Thank you for attending, and see you then in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah. Actually, I have a conflict in 2 weeks, so I won't be able to join. So I will see you in a month. Unfortunately, I have a company meeting that starts at the same time.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice
Enjoy your
day.
evening.
Yeah. Bye bye.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye.